My planet Arrakis is so beautiful when the sun is low. Rolling over the sands, you can see spice in the air. At nightfall, the spice harvesters land. The outsiders race against time to avoid the heat of the day.
They took everything from us. Because magic runs through us.
They ravage our lands in front of our eyes. Their cruelty to my people is all I've known.
Going back to Up is Down, we have seen Jack, aka Horus or Prometheus, activating the rolling stones within a desert through the tongue of Kali, while using the magic of Thor. So energizing the atom, which is the physical representation of a toroid field and pictured as a stone or rock. Through energizing the non-sine wave, from which 8 letters hold up a torus or Torah, able to go up or down within the torus. The sine wave is energizing the atoms, aka the rolling stones, that seem to move the ship, the torus, out of the desert, aka the locker, symbolized as stones that turn into crabs, referring to the Tropic of Cancer, probably the first pathway to the physical universe. Within the mountain, we notice that the torus has a beating heart, represented by the analemma, and where the sun and moon within the cosmic dance of Naturaya create the radiation fields of red and blue shift, to have electromagnetic energy coming in and out of the torus, where we can see the perfect fitting of the phi ratio of the analemma within a vortex core energy field, in which I think the Chira projection system acts as a rudder of the torus, and where the blue shift contraction and radiative power of redshift control the white, the moon, the RGB, and the black, the sun, CMRK radiation fields, the up and down.
We don't have a map, but we've got this. Behold! Look, on a quest, you have to use what you've got, and this is what we've got. Best part is, little Kayla already solved the puzzle.
Well, according to Kayla, we just have to look for Raven's Point.
Boaz telling us to look for Raven's Point. Within the setting of the movie Glass, we notice Raven Point centered as a psychiatric hospital, and where we see on the side of the bus a known color system. Purple rain generated by a red and blue shift that through its all yellow will turn a torus into pink, as a car represents a torus. The color you will discover, pink, according Steven Tyler.
So here you have 1, here you have phi. I'll do that properly again. Very important that I do that properly, because as you can see, that's a torus field. Just like this is a, you know, your McDonald's Well, that's here. That's the M of Atum. And this is the T of Atum. And this is the O of Atum. All is Atum. That's what the Egyptians ever said as their greatest revelatory, initiatory teaching in their history. In fact, this is all of our history.
With mostly children symbolizing the innocence of our original energy bodies, we see children crossing portals or rabbit holes that represent a wormhole.
Hello? What happened to you?
Urí al samhin.
¿Qué es esto? Nein. This can't be real.
Bill's gonna kill me.
Within my work, I sketched the ship, plane or car as a symbol for a Toid field, or torus, in which this clip of the movie It showing us the river flowing towards the underworld, aka the reflection world, in which innocence will experience a process of Xboxing the energy body within a world of duality, trying to get innocence lost at sea and strand the latter on Temptation Island, to show the world that everything that floats can turn into gold.
Hiya, Georgie. What a nice boat. Do you want it back?
While still in the status of shock or dazed and confused, we meet the king of the underworld and where we walk or fall into a trap. Our energy body has been caged within a Toid field, the boat, aka the atom, from where it plunges into the underworld and into the jaws of the king, in which the latter feeds on our chi energy.
And you would have the closed circulation system. This is a system that actually is cut off from the flows of the spirit body. What it does is it takes a portion of the light body quantum and twists it in reverse to create a false spirit body. So there's two flows, but it completely blocks any inflow from the actual genuine spirit body. And it traps the consciousness, the part that's stuck in the atoms, right, from the rest of its own identity.
A next clip by Universal Magic Man, What It Is, the EMCO event, a video you want to dive into if you want a full in-depth breakdown of information. We get a better understanding of what happens when our energy bodies board a ship and where no one's driving.
Stop trying to control everything and just let go. Let go!
So why is this parasite entity in need for vampiring original energy bodies, disconnecting this part of consciousness and locking it into an atomatoid field? Somehow our soul got trapped into the system and probably experiencing life after life within the Ouroboros loop of up is down. Maybe the parasite can answer us.
My friends, I'm deeply humbled by the opportunity to speak for a third time before the most important legislative body in the world, the U.S. Congress.
There's no escape. The city's ours. We made it. What are you talking about? We fashioned this city on stolen memories. Different eras, different pasts, all rolled into one. Each night we revise it, refine it, in order to learn. Learn what? About you, Mr. Murdoch. You and your fellow inhabitants. What makes you human?
Well, come to think of it, I gotta go. Hey, it's your day to say you're welcome. Cause I'm gonna need that boat. I'm sailing away, away. You're welcome. Cause now we can do everything but float.
Why? We need to be like you.
Maui aka Horus can do anything but float. Seems that this entity has no ability into the third power of the Holy Trinity, the magnetic vortex. To sail an infinite plasma ocean, a ship or Taurus needs the power of the Holy Trinity, the dielectric, magnetic and electric power, to steer and propel a ship.
They're the most fearsome pirates in the Spanish Main.
Not just the Spanish Main, love. The entire ocean. The entire world. Wherever we want to go, we go. That's what a ship is, you know. It's not just a keel and a hull and a deck and sails. That's what a ship needs. But what a ship is, what the Black Pearl really is freedom.
Jack, it must be really terrible for you to be trapped on this island.
Oh, yes.
For whatever reason, the parasite attached itself through an electrical arc onto our original world and created a mirror reflection world next to it, like we've seen within the magic reflection pool. With this act, it seemed to have lost its magic, the power of a magnetic vortex, and has set up a temporary reflection world that got its power within a Xing and Zhang extraction system, using our original life force energy done by the creation of pressure and time.
Raven's Point.
Yes, Jim must be in the mountain. We could be there by tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
That still gives us plenty of time with Dad.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the expressway should take us right there.
Expressway is a little too obvious. On a quest, the clear path is never the right one.
What?
Barbossa! Ahead!
Aye, we're good and lost now.
Lost?
For certain, you have to be lost to find the places can't be found. Elseways, everyone would know where it was. We're gaining speed!
Through the creation of black magic by Boaz and Yachin, using a phoenix gem that's under pressure by time, both stop the crossing within a Taurus called Guinevere, which is powered by the white light of creation, protection, peace and harmony through the moon portal, the white Pegasus creating the purple rain. Our fellowship has left the city, the town, aka the root chakra or Malkut Sephiroth, of an original world and embarked for a quest facing two paths, over or under the bridge. Either way starts with playing red light, green light. The mission: the creation of a copy of Papa within a reflection world, whose energy is originating from a different dimension.
Only reason I didn't suffer the same fate? I followed my gut. And it's telling me we take an ancient trail called the Path of Peril.
But the expressway is faster.
Maybe not in the long run.
I know you want this to be like one of your adventure games, but all that matters is that we get to spend as much time as possible with Dad.
What the Beast Machine does is take the natural Catharagrid structure and deform it into natural Catharagrid is the tree of eternal life. It forms what is called the tree of artificial life. And it squeezes in the little proportions of the Catharagrid. The Catharagrid proportions control everything from angular rotation and particle spin to how much quantum of what interfaces with what and where. So it changes the literal matter base and how it operates within a system. All right, so this is showing you the difference in the shapes from the natural one to what this tree of artificial life creates.
So caged within a tree of artificial life that is squeezing our original energy field inside a purple box of SpaceX, our energy bodies are set for a joyride, together with Boaz the Sun and Yachin the Moon, within a cosmic dance of creation and destruction. Our fellowship can choose of two paths, up or down, all within the Kabbalah tree, the upper faces and the lower faces. The upper faces, which looks like a key shown in orange, is seen as extending between Kiefer, Chokmah, Bina and Teferet, with Dad, the heart, lying in the middle.
Hello!
Hello!
You fool, I love you. Come on, join the joyride.
While being attracted by Blue Shift, represented by the boss, the Moon Portal, these riders of the love game that hit the road out of nowhere and are now following the stars, are joining a joyride within a redshift radiating toid field. The car is where we start off with the first river, Azaluf. Cause remember guys, everything floats down here.
But Bill, if you'll come with me, you'll float too. 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 You'll float too.
You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float. She has a train going downtown. She's got a club on the moon. Secrets in a wonderful balloon. And all the secrets in a wonderful balloon. She's the heart of the fun fair. She got me whistling a private tune.
Within the river, we've seen that these four rivers emerge from the Garden of Eden, all called the Pleasure Paradise, flowing into the crater from the seemingly motionless spot in the heavens, Polaris, which on itself rotates clockwise along the equinox, in which the latter rotates counterclockwise, the 47-degree wormhole within the dome. In the Zing and Zang, I sketched the concept of two domes within one larger dome. One dome for Boaz for the reflection world and another dome for Yachin, the original world. Between the two we have a large mountain that seems to connect both within a larger toid field, generating the Ouroboros or infinity looping. So where could the garden be?
Let's take our brain, put in the Sphinx, the cerebellum, Sun and Moon pyramid. But what about this Menkora pyramid, of which I thought it was the control center? Well, let's take our crater, put in the Sphinx, Moon pyramid, Sun pyramid, and let's add the Menkora pyramid. That brings us to that little crater next to ours. Well, you know that our crater is reflected in the firmament as Sirius. Then this little crater would be Sirius B. Reflected in the firmament, you see Sirius B turning around Sirius A. And would there be a Sirius C? Probably one of those two.
At the point of entry at the North Pole, we see the location of Sirius B, probably the Garden of Eden from which these 4 rivers emerge, and where the garden aka Sirius B influences the magnetic pillar of the Trinity flagship of the Taurus, Mother. By stealing the heart by Maui aka Horus, we see that the parasite is using the magic of 4 to assimilate their energy field onto ours, by implying rock and roll, using the infinity looping, the beginning and the end, which tells us to balance personal rights with social duties, prizing truth, beauty and love while seeking harmony with the infinite, while not trying to be a cancer for the world.
So I started to, I got really excited, and I continued studying and intensely studying, and I realized something is that the Kabbalistic text doesn't say there's one tree at the root of foundation, the foundation of the universe, or at the root of the universe. There is 4 trees at the root of the universe. And they said that the 4 trees were attached at the same root.
The root of the universe. Within the Titan family tree, all emanations start with chaos, the darkness, and where I think that souls are little pieces of a puzzle called chaos, aka dark energy. Hey guys, I'm telling my wife many times, but I think we are all chaos.
Because magic runs through us.
From the root of the tree, all life originates from Gaia, and where it floats through rivers of self-reflection through the family trees. Remember, it all runs in the family according level 42. So let's place the root of the universe at Mount Meru, Mother, from which a dark tower, aka chaos, is energizing the universe.
The Dark Tower stands at the center of all things. And it stood there from the beginning of time. And it sends out powerful energy that protects the universe. Shields us from what's outside.
What do you mean outside? What's outside the universe?
So chaos, aka the Dark Tower, is protecting us from demons that seem to swim in this ocean of endless darkness. By lining up a soul with the white light of creation, peace, love and harmony, demons seem to feed on dark energy.
Outside is endless darkness, full of demons trying to get to us. Walter wants to tear down the tower and let them in.
Now I thought, well, wait a minute. Maybe they're still giving us only half the code. Maybe there's 8 trees, and they're only giving us the polarity, the half polarity of the code.
So, at the root of the foundation of the universe, we find 4 trees or rivers. Mother, the mountain from which chaos springs as a fountain of life, energizing the universe, probably within a torus-shaped energy structure. So imagine a time before any pirate or parasite attack ever happened. The sphere being the crater, in which each world or dimension has its own tree of life that has 4 trees, rivers, or the 4 worlds of emanation, creation, formation and action on it. The magic of 4. In previous work we've seen that after a pirate attack and invasion by a parasite, the central role of Mother shifts towards being the center of 2 spheres, merging into one, the Vesica Piscis, also called the root or 3. So, by the creation of a mirror world, the number of trees shifted to 8 within a polarized world. 4 original trees still attached to Mother and the original world Antarctica, and 4 new mirror trees attached to the Garden of Eden, aka Sirius B, within the known reflection world.
So if I got all the branches of the tree, and then I attach the 8 trees together, I would have 8 star tetrahedrons coming together to generate the 64 tetrahedron grid.
The 64 tetrahedron energy grid, aka the supercomputer Ra. Let's take another look at the crater. We see the purple sphere representing the Garden of Eden, aka Sirius B, the parasite's world, merging with a blue sphere, the original world, Antarctica, through the moon portal, in which the sun, the ecliptic, connects both within the red sphere, the mirror world, aka the known world, the Holy Trinity.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
And what Ptolemy had decoded this right was that by the time I was finished, I could now plaster the Kabbalistic tree right over top of the 64 tetrahedron grid and get all the 9s of the 2D tree out of the 3D geometry. It worked. And hooked all together, it generated all the intersection necessary to build a 64 tetrahedron grid.
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You're hard-fitted indeed. Being a pirate is a wretched deed. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
So we should just take the expressway, right?
Yeah, you're right. But if you end up inside a gelatinous cube, you are on your own.
Going back to Up is Down, the lower face, shown in yellow, is made up of Tiferet, Netzah, Hod and Malkut, with Yesod, the moon, in the middle, and represents a keyhole, which opens up the door to Malkut, the physical world, aka Earth. The Yesod Sephiroth is important, as Yesod is the foundation of the tree, through which things pass upward and flow downward, and of course onward. The moon portal, or the sacred chakra. Tiferet, the sun portal and solar chakra, represents the connection of both upper and lower phases. As the sun is a black body and radiates black body radiation through the CMYK system, this cosmic dance of Nataraya between the sun and moon forges the key, the black body radiation field, needed to break into the energy body. Hence we see an onward that it's the sun, guided by the moon, is capable of creating black magic with the staff of Merlin. The upper faces is said to represent the merciful face. The lower face is the severe face and is a reflection of the upper. The upper face imparts grace to the lower face, which receives it, making the lower face much more complex, with more governing laws, and as being further away from the crown chakra and the light. After landing in Sirius B and creating a mirror reflection world within the crater by splitting it in half through compromising the brain, the energy of Ra is trying to attach itself to the new ship, our original world, to survive and keep sailing the oceans, the plasma universe.
The brain is whiter than the sky. Put them side by side. The one the other will contain, with ease and you beside. The brain is deeper than the sea.
So we have 8 trees creating the 64 tetrahedron grid, the parasite ship, while using 4 original trees attached to Mother. The parasites both created 4 mirror trees to ignite an infinite looping, to lasso the sun and harness the breeze, to shake your trees. A vampire world that's converting our energy from Antarctica into this world, the mirror reflection world, and downloading another sphere into this reflection world, Sirius B.
As sponges buckets do.
With the Spear of Destiny, we see the sun god Ra fighting the demon Chaos each day and night to prevent the latter from feasting of its creation of enchantment that lies beneath the Sea of Odi. Norse Odi is a point of land or angle, related via notion of triangle to Odor, point of a weapon, also of Old English Ord, point of a weapon, spear, source or beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, this world that we live in is full of enchantment for those with eyes to see it.
But without her heart, Tefiti began to crumble, giving birth to a terrible darkness.
But guys, Ra is protecting its creation, the mirror reflection world. This world we are experiencing and that's full of enchantment. Chaos, aka Apep, effort to feed on Ra's creation seems on itself an act of enchantment. The Ouroboros. As Ra's creation is built on Apep's energy, the latter keeps hunting it still in need for more energy, being cut off from the heart of Mother.
Maui tried to escape, but was confronted by another who sought the heart. Heka, a demon of earth and fire.
With the attachment of Ra onto our original world, the parasite stole the heart of Mother, which turned her into a demon, Tika, and shifting the elements into imbalance. A seemingly dangerous move by the parasite, which could destroy the universe. With the heart represented by each of our own heart energy field, like little pieces of a puzzle, being falsely reflected within this mirror world. When we look into the word demon, we notice its mirror version, Nomad. Like in Microsoft game Omicron, the Nomad Soul, a soul turns into a demon when disconnected from the heart, Mother. Nomad, a wanderer, one of a tribe of people who have no fixed abode. From Greek nomas, nomados, nomades, roaming, roving, wandering, from place to find pasturage for their flocks or herds.
The straits are that way. The longest, easiest route is down the western coast. Or we go through the mountains.
The mountains? Why? Why don't we take that route?
The mountain. Within my work, I sketch this archetype as the central pillar of the energy body, or torus, for which a river of four worlds or universes stream up and downwards into a center of infinity, the heart chakra, which represents a wormhole.
We can, but so can Ramesses. The mountain passes are dangerous, but they are too narrow for Ramesses' chariots. He couldn't follow. That will give us needed time.
What does God tell you?
The mountains?
With entering the mountain, an entity starts a long journey of crossing sea and desert to reach the western shores towards the promised land. Not by foot as shown by the holy wood symbolism, but through an electrical arc, opening up a wormhole and connecting two worlds, two mountains, from heart to heart.
waters.
The waters are not mine.
Within previous work, we've seen that the Demiurge holds the key into unlocking the energy body and shaping the mirror world, while driving and steering consciousness and energy with a rudder within a toroid field, readying itself to enter a wormhole using the magic of Thor, using red and blue shift. With the number 27 referring to the orbital duration in days of the moon sphere portal, the main entrance of the wormhole. We see a white lady and her gang, the Crazy 88.
The oldest stories ever told are written in the stars. Stories of time before man and gods, when Titans ruled the earth.
Crazy 88, referring to the 88 star constellations that represent the illumination of the Azaluf River above our heads, which are the ones of the dome. See the flow of death construction as a plasma cable that on the surface of the bigger Earth generates the bubble of trouble, aka Metatron's cube, the mirror reflection world of Boaz, within a crater, which acts as a hole or motel for consciousness being temporarily trapped inside the locker. The Azaluf River holds the archetype world of the Parasite's tree, meaning the constellations represent the story of the Parasite's invasion of the original world, in which its archetypes like the hero, the wheel, the pillar, the crater, the raven, the lion, Virgo, and so on, hold the riddle of mythology of the energy vectors of the Torah, aka the Taurus, generating a process of two worlds become one.
This is Aries, the ram. Okay, so Aries, if you take the 12 signs of the zodiac and you put Aries here, where it should be, for the first 30 degrees of arc of every Taurus field, then you get the symbol of Aries. And of course, then this part here is Taurus. Taurus, spelt yes, sorry. Taurus. Tau for Taurus is Tav in Hebrew, which is this, the Tav of the Torah, which is an anagram for rota.
And where the Milky Way, the green line in this picture, represents the reflection of Apep, aka chaos, our primal energy source, being milked by another line, the zodiac that generates a sine wave of the Torah, is where the star constellation of Ophiuchus comes to mind. The Serpent Bearer, which constellation highlights the same construction as the Strangle of the Milky Way by the zodiac and the ecliptic. Think about this. All lights above are probably generated by our own chi energy. So we have two rivers, the green river Milky Way and a reddish colored one, the zodiac and ecliptic, or the path of the sun and moon, coming together within the 13th zodiac sign of Ophiuchus. The red river or red dragon holds the path where Ra's chariot manifests the mirror reflection world, energized through the river of gold. Remember, within the Up is Down series, we learned that the green flash is a process of a soul or spirit energy returning or converting from spiritual to physical universe, in which I start to think that green energy or the color green in nature is a reflection of chaos, in which the latter seems to recycle within the poles of the dome, labeled as solar wind. Yes, think about this next time you see the Aurora Borealis lights. They might represent our relatives and loved ones that have passed away.
Trouble I gotta deal with you.
Is that your colt?
Yeah.
You're gonna want to work on that. No. Come on, old girl.
I thought you said you fixed the van.
Relax. Guinevere is fine. Her stomach is just a little empty.
But it says we have a full tank.
No, that doesn't work.
While enjoying the ride using the expressway, so the upper faces highway or arc moving from one world or dimension to another, this ship, the car, the toy field called Guinevere, runs out of fuel, in which Boaz and Yachin are forced to go under the bridge, looking for fuel within the world of the lower faces, the underworld, aka the physical universe. But what kind of fuel you need to energize a purple box toy field called Guinevere?
Through its second hour, you start cursing the creep who burned you because nothing's happened. And then, zang.
I hate to say this, but this place is getting to me. I think I'm getting the fear.
Nonsense. We came here to find the American dream. Now that we're right in the vortex, you want to quit? You must realize, man, we found the main nerve.
That's what gives me the fear. How much money can you lend me?
Not much. Why?
I have to go.
Go?
Yeah. Leave the country.
Oh, come down. Shit, you'll be straight in a few hours. Just sit the fuck down.
Fuck
Good.
around, man. This is serious. One more hour in this town, I'll kill somebody.
With the bridge represented by the ecliptic, the center point where two worlds meet and are colliding, the Parasite Sirius B and the original Antarctica are centered within the mirror world. The Kabazu circus show we are experiencing is where Sirius B is trying to attach itself to Mother, the source of creation, probably the main nerve of this universe.
Only a few drops left. Maybe there's a gas station.
Is there a magic way to get gas?
It's a tomato.
First, it was a seed. You take care of a garden, and it takes care of you back. You feed it feeds you.
The Azuluf River, the river of gold and archetypes, which waters seem not to belong to Ra, flows along a chariot within a plasma current and seems to energize Horus. Within previous work I've sketched the concept of gold referring to compromised chi energy, meaning we are giving our intent and consciousness through our original or primal energy of chaos away to the demiurge or the parasite's projections, energizing its mirror reflection world, aka the dream world.
Magnora, get you one!
Don't let the magic spook you. Elbows.
What?
Elbows up. No, it's too high. That's too high.
I'm trying to focus here.
So a purple ship called Guinevere that is energized by Boaz and Yachin is stranded in the underworld, and where its fellow ship is looking for fuel to continue the interstellar travel through the express highway through the upper world. We see Boaz exercising its magic through the staff of Merlin, in which the latter represents the mountain or the center point of the energy body, the root of three cycled up within a sine wave. The zodiac is another link that time is a fuel needed to materialize spiritual into physical and vice versa.
For the Imperium, spice is used by the navigators of the Spacing Guild to find safe paths between the stars. Without spice, interstellar travel is impossible, making it by far the most valuable substance in the universe.
It's on this river that Ra's chariot, aka the ship or boat, floats. Remember, it telling us that down below in the underworld everything floats, even though that Ra does not own this river, it is his world or creation, the reflection world of Boaz, that floats on this river. The river of Apep, aka chaos, and where the part of our consciousness that's being trapped inside the atom, aka the Taurus, is energizing this river with gold, when following the shit show down below.
Few things in this world operate like that, fair and square. It just needs a place to grow. It grows and grows.
So we have 4 rivers from Sirius B and 4 rivers from an original sphere, flowing through a sewer system into the underworld, the mirror reflection world, from where these streams caught up within an Ouroboros infinity loop, draining chi energy from souls that fallen into the trap and are set to join a joyride. Boa is telling us that all that matters is to spend as much time as possible with Dad, aka Saturn, to manifest the latter within the physical universe, meaning that spending as much as possible time is all that matters, all that is materializing Saturn into the physical universe. So time is a fuel needed to materialize spiritual into the physical, and vice versa. The time traveling.
I tried to call, but I don't know what to tell you. I leave the keys on your answering machine. Oh, help me please. Is there someone who can make me wake up from this dream?
By watering the garden, Boaz and Yachin, the parasite ship which Hart is centered within the Analemma, the X-Files, the recycling of 4 mirror rivers that have been turned into gold within the reflection world, are looping back and watering Sirius B, the garden of pleasure and delight, from which another baby is hatching within a shadow world.
Then it comes out and is part of the world. Because you know what the dream really is. It's life. Life is the dream. The only dream.
Filthy little children.
You got a plan B, man? What the hell do we do now?
Die, that's what you do.
The Analemma, represented by Gaga the Moon and Beyonce the Sun, are generating a poison through blue and black magic, a yellow substance of honey, which represents gold. Within Kabbalah, the rivers are also named after honey, milk, water, and wine, in which honey represents the river of gold, Azaluf. We also notice that through the white light of creation, peace, love, and harmony, symbolized through white powder, the coloring of the honey is turning it into poison for the energy body.
Do not be afraid. God is with us. Go! Ready yourselves! Go! God is with us! Pass the word! We cross here!
I sketch a world of plasma on the bigger Earth, where energy travels from crater to crater, so from island to island, using wormholes. For a distance of 1 million kilometers, the parasite entity would zip their energy into a plasma arc, as the latter would have the best conductivity. Like dividing the Red Sea, plasma shares the same similarities, as electrons and ions poses different charges, and vastly different masses through ionization, can split the two apart, symbolized as the crossing of the Red Shift Sea. So after traveling 1,000,000 miles and landing at the western shores of a crater at Sirius B, the parasite apparently made some mistakes or experienced difficulties, which led to a situation them being stuck along this crater, in which they are looking for fuel to energize their ship, roaming the cosmos once again. A note, guys, on the Hereford map the garden is placed up north and the pillars south. When we look at Wim's work and Moonpix, we see the garden Sirius B on the west side of the crater and the pillars again south. Maybe the makers of the map have placed it north as symbology or waypoint for north within this world of Boas the Reflection World. So our north could be west in the crater, making our east north, our south east, and our west south. So if we ever would need to escape to the mountain or the pillars, we would have to go southeast.
Far to the east, over ranges and rivers, beyond woodlands and wastelands, lies a single solitary peak.
Sometimes, but it might just save your life. Turn it away, done.
While we don't need money and we don't take fame, we see Little Horus joyriding a toy field with blue magic. We notice the sign Madrid on the Rolling Stones, symbolized as a skateboard, with Madrid meaning water stream or ford. A ford is a shallow place of the river which is convenient for crossing. Maybe a link with Star Fords. You don't need money and don't take fame. Don't need no credit card to ride this train. The Tomorrowland train energized by the magic of four. The four rivers signing BXG, referring to boys pursuing girls. A takeover of new masculine energy onto the feminine. En route to the mountain, Mother, within an infinity looping, heading southeast. The Tomorrowland train, it's strong and it's sudden and it's cruel sometimes. But it might just save your life, maybe saving the parasite's life. You see the Demiurge driver coated with Mount Dew, with dew being symbology for water vapor, aka the purple rain, deposit from the atmosphere by condensation, especially during the night. The formation of dew is explained by the loss of heat by bodies on the Earth's surface through radiation at night, with night referring to black body radiation, by which means they and the air immediately about them are cooled below the dew point. Dew is thus deposited briefly on bodies which are good radiators and poor conductors of heat, the black bodies receiving the rain.
Focus on the can. Polly! Pathetic!
It worked! The can is huge! And the bed is huge! And you're... Oh no.
What happened?
Looks like you shrunk me.
How?
Well, if you mess up a spell, there are consequences.
I knew you'd take all my honey.
You selfish mother. I knew you'd take all my honey. You selfish mother.
The great houses look to us for leadership, and this threatens the Emperor. By taking Arrakis from the Harkonnens and making it ours, he sets the stage for a war.
Guys, this amazing movie Glass is generating copyright problems within many areas, in which I had to downgrade this re-edit to just a few slides. This movie basically showing us the splitting of the energy body by the Taurus, in which other energies can enter and move through flashing the white light of creation, peace, love and harmony. Brought to you by this white lady who shines white light and likes to play red light, green light.
Which would weaken both houses. But if we hold firm and tap the true power of Arrakis, we could be stronger than ever.
What does that mean? Mining spice, keeping the Fremen in their place? We'd be no better than Harkonnen.
No. By making an alliance with the Fremen. That's what I've sent Duncan Idaho to arrange. Here on Caladan, we've ruled by air power and sea power. On Arrakis, we need to cultivate desert power.
Yeah, on Arrakis we need to cultivate desert power. The desert is a concept that keeps popping up in art and many movies. Arrakis Planitia, which is also a plane on one of the moons of Saturn, Titan, is within my work referring to the Boas reflection world we are now experiencing. Within the Flower of Death construction, we see Arrakis being a construct of bridging between an original world, the blue sphere Antarctica, and an invader purple sphere, Sirius B, in which Arrakis serves as a mirror copy version. Like a holodeck, the desert serves as a stripped foundation to generate a construct.
First, there was darkness. Then came the strangers. They abducted us and brought us here. This city, everyone in it, is their experiment. They mix and match our memories as they see fit, trying to divine what makes us unique.
If you water this construct well enough by using 4 original and 4 artificial rivers from the western shores of the crater, in which the latter represents the tree of life from the parasite, Arrakis could flower into a jungle, watering the root chakra Arcade City, in which both energies merge together. Because remember, we are all in this together, with the 64 tetrahedron grid representing the flower power, linking both worlds and getting its power from the west. It's a wild, wild west world of two become one.
Why are they doing all this? It is our capacity for individuality, our souls, that makes us different from them. They think they can find the human soul if they understand how our memories work. All they have are collective memories. They share one group mind. They're dying, you see. Their entire race is on the brink of extinction. They think we can save them.
But imagine a life alien to yours, in which your memories were not your own, but those shared by every other of your kind. Imagine the torment of such an existence. No experiences to call your own.
Greetings, traveler. Please enter destination. One nine 19 Mid-world. Mid-world. One-way destination.
The locals call the big one the Hand of God.
The Hand of God symbology, the wormhole within June, represented by spheres known as planets, the Saturn polar configuration, aka the arc or bridge. The story of June is the story of the Taurus, in which the Atreides represent Blue Shift, the good, controlling the water and air elements, and opposite the Harkonnen, which represent the bad or evil, controlling the earth and fire elements.
Mid-world. One-way destination.
Just as I predicted, we have fallen through a time portal from our Earth to another dimension where past, present, and future are all mashed up together.
This imbalance is energizing Arrakis within a timer called the Zodiac, which is the time of flowering by 4 original and 4 mirror rivers through pressure and time, which represent red and blue shift within the Taurus, the feminine and masculine, together as one once again. Only this time a new redshift masculine energy, aka the driver, the demiurge, has been injected into Mother. So the desert, like the holodeck 47 on the Starship Enterprise, serves as a platform for two energies to merge and extract energy from the original. But both energies are probably vibrating within different dimensions. So how can the desert be a portal or doorway to connect and transform energies to manifest into a jungle? Where does this power of creation, or can we say the power of transformation, comes from? A power that can shift whole worlds back to the open ocean.
Put on the equipment available to you. Thank you.
Fucking hey, man. Glad to see you guys.
How can a Taurus-built entity storm into this world and wherever it goes claiming a throne? And how can a black and white lady that likes to pay red light, green light walk into this world and turn everything into gold that it touches?
Welcome everybody, welcome, please gather round, Now my name is Tazit and I am your guide for today, okay? Now whose first time is this at Big Market? Okay, lovely, wonderful. Now let me remind you that Big Market is in another dimension. You won't be able to see it without your helmet or touch it without your gloves.
We're sliding down a dream, oh yeah. When nights are born in blue, that's the truth. You're swimming in a stream, oh yeah. Fish are jumping too, next to you. Suddenly you notice someone's at the door. You could swear you've been through this all before. Then she runs her fingertips through your hair. Your life has just begun.
You need to learn to summon it. Feel it. Because magic follows emotion. The stronger the emotion, the more powerful the magic. Summon enough passion, and you can accomplish anything.
Shining bright, you're waving to a cloud. Bye bye, you're drowning in the smile of his eyes. Suddenly you feel there's no time for a deal, though a voice tells you it's for real. And she runs.
Go through the gate. Okay, activate your system. Wonderful. Okay.
System activated.
Activate your system, please.
Welcome to Big Market.
The power of magic that runs through our fingertips. With the hand of God symbology, we notice the white lady that shines white light and the bull-horned entity that storms thrones. Both carry black hand gloves, symbology for connecting to different dimensions.
Lovely, wonderful. Now let me remind you that Big Market is in another dimension. You won't be able to see it without your helmet or touch it without your gloves.
Like our DNA, Our fingertips are unique and probably represent a code that's maybe part of the One, Mother, for which apparently magic runs through. So by installing a correct handshake between worlds, an entity can use magic to teleport itself through dimensions. So a purple ship called Guinevere has landed in Sirius B, and it's sustaining the mirror world Boas aka Arrakis with 4 rivers of its own BIOS it decodes, while it's extracting our original world through Arrakis for fuel, depriving our original world from magic, done by black magic through the sun.
The sunspots are holes that allow you to see inside.
Really?
Yeah. It's dark inside. The sun is well understood in radio physics and studying the ionosphere and sunspots and all that stuff that the sun does not operate by fusion. They do not know how the sun operates. The fusion only comes out of the arcs because of the current density. That's where the hydrogen fusion occurs, is in the actual arcs between the flares. The sun itself is not a fusion device.
So the fusion is in the effect of the
It's a
flare.
converter. Yeah, the sun is a converter from another dimensionality into this dimensionality. And obviously, if you can't see it in outer space, the conversion's not complete until it hits the Earth's atmosphere or other physical object, and then it finally converts to electromagnetic
When
light.
it hits the ozone layer, it does.
Well, the
something.
Earth's envelope.
The Earth's envelope.
Yeah, its envelope is undefined.
Undefined.
Yeah, but you have to get in the Wilhelm Reich about that. Like we were talking about how you can't see the stars anymore.
Yeah. So the sun, would you say, makes its quote-unquote energy through some electrical etheric process?
Yeah, because of its voltage, its position.
Would you call it some kind of etheric lamp? A lantern?
Yeah,
of
it's
some
like a
kind?
giant Tesla lamp.
You know, in a converter, the sun is a converter.
Yeah. It's not burning anything.
So it's an etheric electrical
converter.
And
it's converting from primary force to secondary force.
And the conversion is complete once it hits the upper atmosphere. Of the
Yeah,
Earth.
then once the emission interacts with physical matter, then it reverts to its reduced form, the waste product, which is heat and light and mechanical activity. But it doesn't start off like that, and its origin is undefined because it comes from what people like to say another dimension, counter space. Within the story of Dune, fuel is called spice and can only be harvested within the desert on Arrakis. So spice can only exist within the mirror world, Boas. So imagine you water a desert that flowers into a jungle within a different dimension. So if you water the desert with 4 original and 4 mirror rivers with electromagnetic waves, as everything is connected and vibrates within radiation, you can flower a jungle within a different dimension, creating a construct which geometry is based on pressure and time, as time is fuel for Boas and Yachin to manifest Papa into the physical universe.
baby, a million stores.
Only stuff that we can carry, okay?
I promise.
All right.
To experience a different dimension, we see another fellowship crossing a bridge that, with the magic of form within sight and fingertips, can vibrate into another world. So imagine these people walking in the desert, representing the dimension of Sirius B, the parasite's world, that through extracting our original world has constructed a mirror reflection world. Within this movie highlighted as the city, aka the hotel or the jungle, within another dimension, in the middle of the desert. So our current world could be referring to this dimension being generated in a desert within a holodeck, which we cannot see, taste or hear. A prison for our minds, quoting Morpheus, but one we can still feel through emotions. So the flower of death construction, which rotates above our heads within a mind construction, is generating time, aka fuel for Horus Pussy Wagon to float once again. Through the moon and sun portals, the Black Pearl, the parasite's wormhole, is anchoring itself onto our world Antarctica through constructing Boas, the mirror world, Midworld, and where the parasite is harvesting spice or gold within time, a substance used for interdimensional time traveling between craters, down within their dimension, the desert.
My lungs taste the air of time blown past fallen sand.
Like an upside-down Taurus, we see the Atreides, representing Blue Shift, landing on Arrakis first, followed and attacked by the Harkonnen, the Red Shifts attracted by Blue Shift, bringing death and fire, summoning a red dragon in the skies, an apocalypse. The construct of Midworld seems a temporary stage, and where our energy bodies seem to be extracted from Chi energy within the jungle dimension, in which the latter holds our current world experience, and can be harvested within the desert dimension. See the desert and jungle construct as two components that make up the mirror reflection world Boas, aka Midworld. In the bridge between both dimensions lies the Rainbow Bridge that, like the chakra system and the several layers of the energy body, could be converting energy to a different dimension. Like Ra's chariot, the sun and moon are moving along the river of gold, Azaluf, which holds the path of the zodiac along the fixed stars on the 8th layer of the dome, and goddess of the sky Nut, which also holds the sky god Uranus, the Rayman. Within the energy body, the 8th layer is the gold layer, in which I start to feel this part of the energy body is being extracted, and will turn up within the desert dimension as spice or gold.
Within previous work, we've seen that gold is referring to chi energy created by consciousness that is suffering from a sickness of the mind, in which current will projections serve as poison and propelling the sickness by creating madness within society, opening portals within those who see these as truth, all done living within a world born upside down. So what now? Slowly by time, while our souls are looping lives within this system, our original chi seems to be depleted elsewhere. Within the gathering, I sketched the idea of taking back control of the steering wheel of this system. Yes, reclaiming your divinity by promoting yourself as captain. But first we need to get a better understanding of the steering wheel, also called the cosmic wheel or the wheel of fortune.
These outsiders, the Harkonnens, came long before I was born.
Our mission is the extinction of magic.
By controlling spice production, they became obscenely rich. Richer than the Emperor himself.
This is war. And in war, there can be no mercy.
Our warriors couldn't free Arrakis from the Harkonnens. But one day, by Imperial decree, they were gone.
Hence, when you look at your beautiful tarot cards, you eventually come across a card that looks like this. And what we see here is the center of the 8-spoked wheel. We're going to learn about this today. And you'll see the fixed signs of the zodiac: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius the man, Scorpio the eagle. And they correspond to Yod He Va He, Jehovah, the 4 elements. You see the Yod He Va He? Then when you take the T over here and you go this way, T-A-R-O-T, that's tarot. Then you go the other way, you get Torah. And then you start down here at the bottom and you go this way, you've got Rota. This is the wheel, this is the cycle or the circle. Circe, the goddess of the circle, who turns men into swine, and El, Circe El. So we're going to learn about circles and cycles and how they can heal us today.
The 8-spoken wheel, the wheel of fortune, the cosmic wheel, all within my research called the Chi-Ra, is an archetype that, like the steer wheel of a ship, steers consciousness through a toroid field by using red and blue shift, which foundation is built on a black and white construction of the sun and moon. Within the river, we have seen that the torus is built on 8 letters, or sine waves, that through the forces of blue and red shift create an energy field, or Torah, a world of 2 become 1, which is like a Hova energy body, a concept which will be highlighted in future work, consists out of 8 stations of identity.
the morphogenetic body within our multidimensional autonomy of human consciousness. Within the Chi-Ra steer wheel, we notice the 8 stations that together hold up the cosmic wheel. The 8 stations probably referring to the 4 original and 4 mirror rivers, on which our trapped consciousness within the atom, aka the torus, floats, on a green river that within Midworld is converting into a river of gold. So, if the moon and sun represent this steer wheel of light and darkness, black and white, how can we see the shifting of these 8 stations, or should we say 8 phases within the cosmic wheel?
I believe your case intersects with my work in a significant way. Both appearances of the murderer have happened during a very specific lunar perigee, in this case, 9 years apart. What you may know simply as a supermoon or blood moon are actually events of great scientific significance. Fascinating.
Yeah, the 8 moon phases within the cycles of 27 days. It's a 3 times cubed trinity that holds the foundation of the flower of transformation, which will be decoded in the next video. The 8 phases must somehow be integrated within the energy body and the parasite's tree of life construction. It's where we find the I Ching.
With this symbol is a set of mathematics, a set of symbols called the I Ching. The I Ching is made of 64 symbols. And each symbol is made of 6 sticks. 6 full sticks or 6 broken sticks. 6 sticks put together in 3 space can only produce a tetrahedron. And when a star tetrahedron is generated, you will be required to break the sticks of the reverse tetrahedron to put it through the other. So by following the I Ching, we can actually rebuild the whole 64 tetrahedron grid.
Learn to kneel before the broken.
And that, associated with the yin and yang, produces the double torus and the structure of the vacuum. All the information necessary to describe this profound understanding of creation and the structure of the vacuum producing it.
When the lunar cycle reaches exactly the right point, its gravitational forces react with electromagnetic pockets and theoretically creates a kind of bridge.
Yeah, bridge to where?
Another place entirely.
The 8 moon-phased cycle of 27 days is the heart of the Black Pearl, which seems to be converting green energy into a golden river, fueling an alien ship that has landed in Sirius B, and with the ending of the zodiac cycle, could be ready for takeoff. Once you board the ship to Tomorrowland by turning rock into gold, you'll be sailing for an eternity service, becoming one with the infinite. But not before Boaz and Jachin managed to summon Papa into the physical universe to finish the process of crossing a bridge.
I just need a little break. My baby legs can't go that fast. Look, a gas station.
So through the black and blue magic of the sun, the parasite has converted our world, the blue sphere Antarctica, into this mirror reflection world we are temporarily trapped in. A world also called yeah, it's a small world after all. From powerful Titan energy beings, flowering within personal consciousness, and creating your own universe, our little tribe has been changed and energizing a yellow river ever since Red and Blue Shift appeared into our lives.
Mike? There's more than one way to make someone small.
Make him believe that he is.
What? Make it believe that he is.
Oh, me small.
Like we seen within the outside world, the poison projections want us to believe we are nothing. We are not special, and this home called Earth is, like many out there, just another place outside paradise, in which we are being projected as vulnerable and small little nothings, a product of coincidence.
Here, take this. This should be enough. All right, come on, let's go downstairs and gamble.
So once we boarded this carousel of transformation and got struck by fear through self-reflection, it's up to each of us to get off this train.
Where did he go? Good.
What is this thing gonna stop?
Stop?
Stop it! Stop it!
It's not ever gonna
This
stop.
carousel will never stop. Roaming the universe, this ship or wormhole will rotate into infinity.
What is this thing gonna stop?
Stop?
Stop it!
Stop it! It's not ever gonna stop. Don't move, you'll come around. Okay, come on. Let go. Quick, like a bunny. Come on. Hop. Come on. Hop. Oh, you weakling chicken.
Like a bunny, we jumped into the circus. We now need to jump off ourselves. With the year of the Black Rabbit 2023, a full reversal will soon propel a next apocalypse.
Come on, you fell, let's go.
Son of a bitch!
Push me.
I am the eater of worlds.
Not to us, you're not. You're just a clown.
You're a weak old woman.
The eater of worlds.
Like the Icelandic Vegvisir, that which shows the way, is a symbol described only in one modern Icelandic collection of spells, the so-called Huld manuscript, a book that has nothing more than this one sentence to say about it. If this sign is carried, one will never lose one's way in storms or bad weather, even when the way is not known.
But now I'm curious. I've switched the TV off, and now I want to see how it operates, how it can put me into all those weird situations. So it's about time.
I believe that if everyone sees what just a few people become, one sees what just a few people become. come when they wholly embrace their gifts. To come when they wholly embrace their gifts. Others will awaken.
I handle this boy! Imposter! You're a mimic! A mimic!
You're a fucking bully!
You're just a fucking clown!
Belief in oneself is contagious. We give each other permission to be superheroes.
I'm not fucking clown!
We give each other permission to be superheroes. We will never awaken otherwise. Heroes. We will never awaken otherwise.
A motherfucking stupid mommy!
Whoever these people are who don't want us to know the truth. Today, they look.
The exposure of harvesting green chi energy by turning green into gold. And all to fuel the Tomorrowland train.
I'm the leader of the world.
With a scared beating heart.
I know what this is. I know what this is. This is the moment we are let in on the universe. Look at you. Grown up.
The movie Glass showing us it's 5 to 12. We are on the brink of many new revelations, done by opening up new energy portals soon to come. Will we regain full remembrance of an original world, and where we can practice our own magic to full potential? We are now experiencing a system where we're giving away our magic through our fingertips on a massive scale, in which the consequences are unknown. Yeah, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on, quoting Led Zeppelin. Will we allow ourselves to be drained to energize a golden river, to fuel on board this pirate ship of transformation that sails into infinity, or do we return to a green river that's full of chaos, and where we captain our own world full of wonder?
Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the world of tomorrow. Much love, Radiation Matters.
Young master, how does it feel to walk on a new world?
Exciting, to say the least.
I understand how important what we're doing is. Maintaining balance. Keeping order.
Beautiful television has put me, like I said before, in all sorts of situations. I remember being very scared to it because an Icelandic poet told me that not like in cinemas where the thing that throws the picture from it just sends lights on the screen. But this is different. This is millions and millions of little screens who send a light on you, some sort of electrical light, I'm not really sure. But because there's so many of them, and in fact you're watching very, very many frames when you're watching TV, your head is very busy all the time to calculate and put it all together into one picture. And then, because you're so busy doing that, you don't watch very carefully what the program that you're watching is really about. So you become hypnotized. So all that's on TV, it just goes directly into your brain and you stop judging if it's right or not. So you just swallow and swallow. This is what an Icelandic poet told me once. And I became so scared to television that I always got headaches when I watched it. But then later on, when I got my Danish book on television, I stopped being afraid because I read the truth. And that's the scientific truth, which is much better. You shouldn't let poets lie to you.